Welcome everyone, it's Double back with you. I'm going to do a back in time series today. I'm trying to get this video out early. I took off work today. This heat this week, it just killed me. Getting old and can't handle it. This is box number 2. The only thing I've done is open it up and make sure what year it was, and I wrote on every one. This come out of the big storage locker cards I bought from a guy that bought the storage locker and had a bunch of baseball cards, and he didn't want the cards, so he sold me the cards. The last box was really good. Maybe this one would be just as good. So here's hoping. This is 84 Topps Vending box. We'll just try to get that glare away. We'll just hit the highlights. If not, we'll be here all night. 84 is a great year. Gary Matthews, I remember him. He was a really good player. There's a nice one. 1983 strikeout leader, Steve Carlton and Jack Morris, 2 Hall of Famers. Super sweet. 2 great pitchers. You see, I'm a little tired today. Like I say, this heat. I'd rather it be 30 or 40 degrees outside. I can work in it. I can put enough clothes on to stay warm. Dave Winfield, Hall of Famer. Nice. Right there. But when it's hot, you can't get cold. Fred Lynn's another really good player. One of my favorites growing up. Willie Upshaw, remember him? Kevin Gross. Hope everybody's had a great week. I know it's been a long one. George Brett, there he is. Hall of Fame right there. Great third baseman. A great hitter. And who we got here? National League active career ERA leaders. Tom Seaver, he's well into his career by this time. Probably 14, 15 years, had a 2.73 ERA. Steve Carlton, 3.01. Steve Rogers, 3.06. Steve Rogers had a good career. Not quite Hall of Fame worthy, but he had a really good career. There we go. Wasn't too bad for the first handful of cards. Ozzie Smith, the Wizard. The greatest defensive player, I think, ever to play the game. Hall of Famer. Oh, there it is. Pete Rose, my boy. Shame he's not in the Hall. He should be in the Hall. There's no excuse. Gary Carter, Hall of Famer. Catcher. Great catcher. Top 5 catcher, top 6. Ken Griffey Sr. I collect all of his cards because he's part of that big red machine, the grade 8. Played right field. Go in my personal collection. Astros batting and pitching leaders. Jose Cruz, 318. Nolan Ryan, 298. Nice, put that in with Nolan. So far, it's been a pretty good box. Pulling out some good cards. '84 wasn't real big on rookies. I think Don Mattingly's the biggest rookie in '84. But he was about the only one, I believe. It had some good players, but I should have looked before I started. Memory's not real good right now. I'm just really tired. Dick Hauser led to Kansas City to the '85 World Series. Dave Righetti, he was a really good pitcher. There we go. National League career batting leaders. Bill Madlock with a 317, Rose with a 306, Dave Parker 305. And goes with my Pete Rose collection. There's 83 batting leaders. Bill Madlock, National League. Wade Boggs, American League. Wade's a Hall of Famer. Bill Madlock just didn't have a long enough career of good stats. He played for a good while, but he kind of tailed off at the end. Lou Whitaker should be in the Hall, I think. Put him over to the side. To me, it seemed like they missed so many players in the 70s and early 80s. Cal Ripken, Iron Man, Hall of Famer. He great shortstop. Tommy Lasorda, great manager. Managed the Dodgers forever. Hall of Fame manager. National League career save leaders. Bruce Sutter, 215. Tug McGraw, 180. Gene Barber, 158. You can see saves just started coming in the late 70s. They started counting them. It really wasn't considered that big a thing. Most time pitchers started, they ended the game. Burt Blyleven, Hall of Fame pitcher. Look at this, 3 Hall of Famers. Ryan, Carlton, and Perry surpass Walter Johnson's career strikeout leaders. Kirk Gibson, that home run in 89, he hit in Game 1 of the World Series. Couldn't even walk, come up and hit it. Batting and pitching leaders for the Detroit Tigers. Lou Whitaker, 320. Jack Morris, 3.34 ERA. Here we go. This is a Red Sox batting leader. Wade Boggs, 361. Bob Olita, 4.04. Wade Boggs, Hall of Famer. Tony Gwynn, Mr. Padre. One of the sweetest swings. I mean, he wasn't swinging nothing bad. You couldn't get him out by throwing out of the strike zone. American League career batting leaders. Rod Crew, 331. George Brett, 316. Cecil Cooper, 308. Oop, that goes over there in the Hall of Fame. Multiple Hall of Famers. Cecil Cooper's not, but Rod Crew and George Brett's Hall of Famers. And the good old checklist. Wish I could find one that looks that good for some of my early 70s and late 60s sets. Hated them as a kid. White Sox batting and pitching leader. Carlton Fisk, 289 average. Richard Dawson, 323 ERA. Carlton Fisk is a Hall of Fame catcher. Let's move it on here. 83 highlights for Getty and Bob Forrest and Warren pitched no-hitters. Charlie Moore, Fergie Jensen's Hall of Famer. Really good relief pitcher. Look at this, 83 stolen bases. Tim Raines, Ricky Henderson. See what they had. Tim Raines stole 90. Ricky Henderson stole 108. Both of them was about impossible to throw out. Rusty Staubs, he played forever. Had a good career. Indians batting and pitching leaders. Mike Hargrove, 286. Larry Sorensen, 4.24. And in Montreal, Al Oliver, 300. Charlie Lee, 3.12. Ron Say, the Penguin. Had some great years for that great Dodgers team in the late 70s and early 80s. Steve Yeager, too. Oscar Gamble played with the great Yankee teams. Okay. We're moving on along. There it is, Don Mattingly. That's his rookie card. Topps 84. Nice. Mr. Mattingly. Got the main one. Some of these boxes, I did some of them, and you could tell they were searched, and like the last two of these, not been searched. You know, the guy told me, you know, he just bought them out of a storage locker, and he didn't want them, and he didn't know nothing about baseball. Paul Molitor, Hall of Fame, great third baseman. Later on, moved to DH. So he called me and told me what he wanted for him. I said, "Yeah, I'd take them," and went and picked them up, and I've been slowly going through them. Cesar Cedeno. Oh, wrong one. Steve Rogers had a real good career. Carlton Fisk, Hall of Famer. Great catcher. Probably, I think, the second best catcher ever behind Johnny Bench, and Yogi Berra was third. Another checklist. Steve Sachs. Okay, moving here. I don't get that much. My hands are still cramping. I got too hot earlier in the week, and I've never recovered from it. 83 home run leaders. Mike Smith, Philadelphia Phillies. Jim Rice, Boston Red Sox. Two Hall of Famers. See what they led. Mike Smith hit 40. Jim Rice hit 39. Now, so with a dead baseball. Imagine what they had done with last year's baseball. Fernando Valenzuela. Not quite Hall of Fame, but I think the Dodgers should retire his number. I mean, he had about 10, 11 great years. Look to the heavens. We'll set him over to the side. Mike Smith. Probably the all-around greatest third baseman ever. I mean, it's hard. You got him, Brooks Robertson, and Chipper Jones. I would take any three of them. I never got to see Brooks play. If I did, I don't remember it. It was back in the... He retired sometimes in the 70s. I probably did, but like I said, I just don't remember it because, you know, we only had Saturday afternoon baseball and Monday night baseball, and the teams wasn't playing on that, you didn't see them. George Foster, remember that big red machine? Played left field, one of the great eight. Goes over and put in my big Cincinnati Reds cards. Bobby Cox, he's managing Toronto there, but later on, you know, all his success with Atlanta, Hall of Fame manager. Harold Baines, another Hall of Famer, and that's a nice card. It's well centered. Nice, Hall of Fame. He gets a lot of slack because he mostly played DH. DH part of the game. Wade Boggs, great third baseman, great hitter. One of the best hitters ever. Top 10 pure hitters. Athletics leaders, Ricky Henderson, 292 batting average. Tim Conroy, 394. One thing about Ricky, that you see that 294, but he probably walked 100 times. He led the league quite a few times, right up there in the top 2 or 3 in walks every year. Royals batting and pitching leaders: Hal McGray, 311. Larry Guerra, 4.90. Tommy Lasorda, Hall of Fame manager, back with the White Sox now. Here we go. NL active career home run leaders: Mike Smith, 389. Tony Press, 369. Dave Keenan, 342. Dave's not in the hall, but those are. That's Big Dog. He played on Big Red Machine. First base. Lou Whitaker. Should be, I think. And goes over to my personal collection. And 3 Hall of Famers retired. Johnny Bench, Gaylord Perry, and Carl Yastrzemski. All retired in 83. True Hall of Famers there. Tim Raines, Hall of Famer, The Rock. Put him down here. Victory leaders, John Denny and Lamar Holt. See how many wins they got. John Denny got 19. Lamar Holt got 24. They're lucky to get 15 now. Joe Negro, brother of Phil. He was a really good pitcher too. Borderline Hall of Fame himself. Gary Templeton. Cardinals traded him for Ozzie Smith. I think Cardinals got a better deal. Don Sutton, Hall of Famer right there. Great career. Won well over, I think, 320 games, something like that. 330. Rich Gossage, Hall of Fame. Good pitcher. And a relief pitcher, too. Nice. Yankees leaders. Don Baylor, 3.03. Ron Guidry, 3.42 ERA. Dan Quisenberry, good reliever. Anchored in a lot of the great Royal teams of the 70s and late 70s, early 80s. Von Hayes. Whitey Herzog's a Hall of Fame manager. Blue Jays, batting and pitching leader. Lloyd Mosley, 315 batting average. Dave Stewart, 304. Sorry, I'm wiggling. My back's stiffening up. Like I said, I got too hot. And Jack Morris, Hall of Fame pitcher. Took the Veterans Committee to get him in, but he should have been in when he retired. Gone in first ballot. Darryl Strawberry, another great player, just never lived up to his full potential. Ozzie Smith, All-Star. Just every year, just pencil him in on an All-Star team. Wasn't a great hitter. He's about a 250, 260 hitter for his career. When he first come up, he couldn't hit at all. But his glove was so valuable. He saved you a run a game. George Brett, he's another one. Every year, just pencil him in as All-Star. Hear my dogs going crazy downstairs, if you can hear that. Somebody must be here. National League active career stolen base leaders. Joe Morgan, 681. Cesar Seno, 516. Larry Boa, 383. Tim Wallach, I remember him playing. Lamar Holt again. Don Baylor, he's a really good player. Good, solid player. Yeah, I can hear my wife trying to calm the dogs down. Must have been an ambulance go by. If one of those go by, they go crazy. If they hear that siren. Let's move these on over here out of the way. We're a little bit past halfway. It's going to be a little bit long video, but just enjoy looking through some of these cards I grew up with. Oops, sorry about that. Some little boy's been playing with this holder too. I got a new holder. He broke my other one, and he's been playing with this one. But that's okay. National League active career leaders. Tony Press, 1,575. Rusty Staff, 1,440. Al Oliver, 1,247. Big doggy leads it right there. Frank Viola was a real good pitcher. Phil Gardner, tough nose player. I mean, real good player, but hard-nosed player. I mean, he'd come at you every game with everything he had. Joe Torres, he was managing the Braves. Later on, great success with the Yankees, Hall of Fame. Just wish at today's cards they'd put the manager's cards back in. I mean, it don't matter right now, but in 20, 30 years it will matter. You look back, who was managing the teams? Bell Madlock was a great player. The Giants leaders, Jeff Leonard, 279 batting average, and Ali Hammaker, 225 ERA. Charlie Lee right there out of Memphis. American League career ERA leaders, Jim Palmer, 283 ERA. Raleigh Fingers, 286. Ron Gentry, 299. Boy, Jim Palmer come out in 66, 67, so he's been in the league a long time. And followed by Jim Rice, Hall of Fame outfielder. Kent Dutuy, he was a submarine pitcher. Coming way down from around his ankles, it seemed like. Let's see how anybody can throw a ball like that. I remember after seeing him, we all went out there and tried to do it and could not do it. Jack Clark, he's a good player. Cesar Geronimo, he was a center fielder on the Big Reds machine, the grade 8. Put him over the side there. Gary Carter, Hall of Fame catcher. Stay up there. And Cubs, Keith Moreland, 302 batting average. Fergie Jenkins, 4.30 ERA. Right there. There's another, that's career victories. Jim Palmer had 268. Don Sutton, 266. Tommy John, 248. Don't understand why Tommy's not in the Hall either. He's got the numbers to be in the Hall. Over 300 wins, or right at 300 wins. Innings pitched. Good ERA. There's Ricky Henderson, highlights cards. Stole his 100 base there. Okay. To me, innings pitched is more important than really strikeouts. Because today, strikeouts, batter don't care if he strikes out 200 times today. But if you can rack up, 225 to 250 innings a year instead of 150 and 160 what they average today, it means a lot more. Ryan Sandberg, second base, Hall of Fame. There you go, Phil Negro, Hall of Fame pitcher, brother Joe. You see, he pitched a long time. He started in 64. Yep. Tony Perez, Big Doggy, part of that Big Red machine. And batting and pitching leaders, Cal Ripken hit 318. Mike Mordick, 277 ERA. They just come off in 83. They won the World Series. Baltimore did. As world champions in 83. Moving right along. We're getting there. Stay up there. Don't move, Mr. Mattingly. There's the strikeout leaders. At this time, Steve Carlton had 3,709. Nolan Ryan had 3,677. Tom Seaver had 3,272. Then Nolan just kept rolling. Played 27 years in the majors. And could have still played when he retired. Ron Washington, Atlanta Braves third base coach. There's Tom Seaver. Back with his second sting with the Mets there. See, he come out in 67. Hall of Famer. There's American League career RBI leaders. Reggie Jackson, 1,435. Ted Simmons, 1,195. And Greg Nettles, 1,086. Greg really should be in the Hall. You go back and look at his numbers. He got some great numbers. Right at 400 home runs. Around the 300 batting average. Played every day on probably the toughest team to play for in the majors. I hate to say it's the Yankees to play up there. If you're a star up there, you're a star. There's Cal. This is second year card. Hall of Famer. And just a lot of players. Gary Gaddy, I remember. We're getting there, just about it. Jim Frey, manager of the Cubs. Ken Foster had a good career. That's the Reds batting and pitching leaders. Ron Orster, 264. Mario Soto, 270. You know you had a bad team when you're leading hitter at 264. Bob Boone is a good catcher, really good catcher. Got overshadowed a lot by Carlton Fisk and Johnny Bench. Then Gary Carter come on the scene and just kind of got overlooked. He's borderline Hall of Fame, I think. There's the Cardinals pitching leaders we saw earlier. Chili Davis, remember him, a good player. Dave Parker, the Cobra. No doubt he should be in the Hall of Fame. The Braves batting and pitching leaders, Dale Murphy, 302 batting average. Craig McGentry, 308. I think this is the year, 83 was the year the Braves made the playoffs, when it's just two teams and got beat. Mickey Rivers, boy, he was a tough hitter. If you play him back, he lay down a bunt, you come up, he gonna slap it past you. Eddie Murray, Steady Eddie, same numbers year in, year out, Hall of Fame first baseman. And our last stack of cards here. Stay there, Mr. Mattingly. Cecil Cooper, remember him playing. Harvey Keenan, he's a Hall of Famer manager. Lee Macy, I remember him. Bud Black, I vaguely remember him. Jim Rice, well, that card messed up at the bottom, but Hall of Famer for Boston Red Sox. Andrew Dawson, the Hawk, Hall of Famer. Great years with Montreal and wherever he played. Played on quite a few different teams, I believe. Tommy John, should be in the halls, no doubt, I think. I think one day he will be. The Veterans Committee will put him in. Getting down towards the bottom. It'd be nice to pull another Don Mattingly rookie card, but usually don't get two at the same box. Brewers batting and pitching leaders. Ted Simmons, Hall of Famer, 308. Moose Haas, 327 ERA. Ted Powell, decent pitcher. Dan Dreeston, he's a backup infielder for Cincinnati, mostly first base, but he was part of the great Cincinnati teams. Took over for Tony in '78 when Tony Perez left. Just imagine trying to pay that team today. American League career home run active leaders. Reggie Jackson, 478. Greg Nettles, 333 home runs. Greg Luzinski, 294. And getting down here, see Robin Yount. There's another Hall of Famer. Great shortstop. Moved to the outfield later on. And Glenn Bummer is the last card. Not a bad box. Got to a Don Mattingly rookie card. Plus a whole bunch of Hall of Famers. Can't be too disappointed in that box. Oops, sorry about that. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about it. I thought it was pretty decent. And try to stay cool out there and don't get too hot this weekend. Everybody be safe. Until we meet you again, this is Double. Be safe and may God be with you. I'm out.